welcome to the This Week in Geek after show that we're halfway through. It is January
3, time for the 12 o'clock news.
Is it January? It's February 30th. No, 13th. It's February 13th, 2017. It's the after show.
Hold on. Did you say February 30th?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an over. That's horrible. Absolutely awful.
So, all right, what discussion were we in the middle of? I wasn't paying attention.
Celebrity deaths.
You have to step out here if you guys don't mind.
Oh, Rated R Edward is leaving us. Thank you for joining us. Scott, welcome to the club. You were already in it, but now you're official. Hey.
All right, thank you.
Peace out, homie.
Later.
All right, see you next time.
Let's see how long it takes him to leave.
Did you say homie?
Yep.
Just shake my head.
Soft.
I like this. He's asking how to shut it off. He's spawning upstream right now.
Shut it off.
That was good. I'll give you that.
There he goes. All right.
Took you an hour and 15 minutes, but you finally got one.
Celebrity deaths. Who died?
Well, we
John
talked about
Hurt.
Miguel. I think we talked about Miguel Ferrar was the one we talked about last time we met a couple weeks ago.
Did we? If we didn't, then he deserves props again, but I think we did. Yeah, okay.
I think that's what we covered. So since then, Mary Tyler Moore has passed.
Yeah,
So
no kidding.
iconic, groundbreaking actress or actor, however I'd say the proper way to say it, who Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore show. What else?
Thanksgiving Day with Jonathan Brandmeier. No, that was not good.
That was not good.
But no, she's an icon, and she also produced a lot of stuff. Martha, what was the Mary Tyler Moore one you told me that they produced that was such a major thing? Oh, you don't remember. We're talking about Mary Tyler Moore dying, and she doesn't hear this part of it. Yeah, you were saying that she and her husband, or she produced a show like I was talking about how Lucy and Desi did Star Trek, and that's why we had Star Trek. Lucy was championed it. You said Mary Tyler Moore did, and I don't remember what you said.
I'll look it up.
She's looking it up to the internet. Yeah. So yeah, she was a major deal, and it's a tragic loss. But boy, what a body of work! And we actually have been watching the Mary Tyler Moore show with Molly, and it still holds up. It's still, it's fantastic. It's just as funny. Haven't gotten to the clown episode yet. Molly has not seen when Peanuts the clown dies, or whatever his name was.
Yes,
that's the best episode ever. Lil, do you know what this is? Do you know who Mary Tyler Moore was?
I do know who Mary Tyler Moore was. I don't know Peanuts the Clown.
You never watched that show?
No, I did watch Mary Tyler Moore show on Nick at Night when I was a kid, but I don't remember. I remember seeing it. Yeah, I couldn't.
You should watch it as an adult. It's very funny. But the clown one, for those of you that don't know, there's an episode where a clown dies, and they all end up at this guy's funeral. And as they're doing the eulogy and they're talking about what happened, they start talking about how he was killed, and Mary can't stop laughing at the idea of a clown stepping and crushing a clown. And it's so inappropriate. They're sitting at his funeral, people crying, and she's laughing out loud during it. It's hysterical. It's a classic moment. Spoiled by me. And Bruce Willis is in it. He's wearing no, never mind.
He's at the end. Spoiler. He shows up at the end. So.
Hey, did you guys see that thing? I posted it, but I don't know where I posted it. James Gunn was with Tyler Yates, the guy who did the soundtrack for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They did on Facebook Live. He actually, while they were recording the soundtrack, he stood there and filmed it live. It's the first time anything like that has happened. It's in the BBC studios. No, is it? Yeah, I think it's the BBC studios.
BBC, yeah.
It's where they recorded the original Star Wars soundtrack and a number of other things. But oh my gosh, it's the coolest thing watching this full orchestra playing the Guardians music. Did you guys see any of that?
No,
but I heard about it. It's pretty cool.
I saw that.
Well, it's on one of the feeds. It might be on Nuff Said, or it might be on This Week in Geek. If you get a chance, definitely check out, even for a couple minutes. If you're like, I don't want to sit there for an hour, couple minutes. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, did you hear about the Guardians test scores?
So my gosh.
I don't know if that means
100%
we're in trouble or what. So
no, I don't think we're in trouble.
It's a great movie, but is it going to be hype versus reality?
No, you know what? When we went to the first one, we went to that preview night where they showed the first, 17 minutes or something? 15 minutes. And the hype machine was already the same way. And you're going, really? Is this just going to be, hype? And then we saw that first 15 minutes and we walked out there and went, oh my God, I cannot wait for this movie. I have a feeling it's going to be the same way. I don't think this is hype machine. I don't. I think James Gunn knows what he's doing with these characters.
Marvel doesn't need the hype machine. They're not afraid to do that kind of stuff and
But they
have
do,
that stuff go.
The thing is, they still do though. They've got it turned up to 11 all the time, which is good. I mean, I think
but it's paying off.
I don't think it's bad. I just think
they're delivering.
They go nuts. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, but they don't need leak scores to hype up their movies. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's like they don't need somebody else saying it when they won't be afraid to show you the first 10 minutes of something, the first 20 minutes of something. Sure. I mean, they did it with Doctor Strange
for free, and you'll still pay for it.
I could buy that theory if it was the first one. But being the second one, that people are dying for it, they don't need this particular thing saying, "Oh, the critics are saying this." They didn't need that, so that's telling me that this is real.
Right. I'm dying for this because I want to see Infinity Wars. How about that? I want to get through this so we can get to where we want to be.
No, you're gonna have to get through another movie.
Right.
You got to get through Ragnarok, and that's the one that's setting up Infinity War.
Right.
That's the one that I don't think needs the hype, but it's going to get some crazy hype, especially when you see Hulk in gladiator armor fighting Thor.
Oh my gosh. Now that one they might have to do a little hype machine on. I could see them doing it for that because Thor, I like the movies. I know you like them a little, but the general public, every time we talk about the Marvel movies, those are the ones that people are like, the Thor movies.
Yeah, but it's different when you've got Doctor Strange, you've got Hulk, you've got Loki.
But this would be where if they're going to do something like this, like bait us with the score is through the roof. That's the movie you do it on. Guardians doesn't need it, you know.
And that's a hell of a table setter. I mean, the movies are still great, but they're not. They don't have Iron Man or Captain America. You know what I mean? They're not right. They're cash cows that, you put Tony Stark in it, it's another $50 million.
Right.
So, I mean, it's still going to do okay.
Right. Yeah. You think Tony Stark's going to show up in Guardians too?
No.
I don't either.
No.
I think that crossover where you're going to see him interact with them is going to be.
He might be in the teaser, but that's about it.
No, I don't even think they're going to do that. I think if any tease, it's going to tease to Thor, just because Thor is going to be in space as well. That will be the only tease. They've
said that they're not going to be doing anything that teases into Infinity War or any of that. So I don't think we're going to see anything like that. Maybe the Thor thing, but that's it.
That's right, because it's not teasing to Infinity War, it's teasing to Thor.
Well, and they already released that image that shows Thor and Rocket fighting back to back for Infinity War, which tells me maybe they'll have something where they meet or something draws them together at the end of this one. That would make sense.
Are we still missing an Infinity Stone, or do we have them all?
No, we're missing one.
One or two?
I think it's one.
One, right?
I think it's two. We got the Tesseract, we got Loki's Scepter, we got
the Eye of
Ether. Okay, yeah, so we got five because we got the Eye. So you're right. Because we've got Vision. Well, Vision was Loki's Scepter. Hold on. Vision was Loki's Scepter. So the Ether, the Tesseract, Vision, which was the Stone and Loki's Scepter, the Eye of so I think we're missing two.
Well, the Eye's with the Collector?
No, the Eye is with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, the Eye of Agamotto.
Okay.
And the Collector has
the Collector had the Ether, and he had
Adam Warlock is there.
And the Stone with Guardians. So you're right, there is, because the Guardians had their was the Power Stone?
Yeah,
I can't remember, or the Purple.
Yeah,
Stone.
I think that's it.
So so Guardians.
So there's one missing.
So where's the sixth one come from?
We don't know. We'll have to wait.
It's going to come up in Thor Ragnarok. That's where it's going to come up.
Yeah, it could come up in this one in Guardians.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be in Thor Ragnarok unless they bring Adam Warlock and we find out that there's one in him.
Well, they have what's her face in this one. We have Aisha.
Yeah. So maybe.
So there's a good chance here because she's Adam Warlock's twin, right?
Right. So maybe that could be what it is. But I would think that your lead in is that sixth is found like clearly identified at the end of Thor Ragnarok, and that's what leads us to Thanos. I got it. That's what I think. So wait, we got an update on Mary Tyler Moore. So shows that she produced. Martha, lay it on me. Did you already lose it? Taxi, Hill Street Blues, Cheers, the Bob Newhart Show.
There are a lot.
Yeah, she said there's a lot, but those were
some real big ones.
Those were some big hits. So, I mean, this was her production company. I mean, that's amazing.
Grant Tinker.
Yeah, her and Grant Tinker. They made some amazing, or they produced some amazing shows. So,
sure.
Yeah, Who did we miss that has died? Anybody?
Okay, we missed two big ones.
Yeah.
Well, one big one, not. John Hurt passed away.
Yeah, John Hurt. We did, but I don't know if we did it as when we're talking about who's died. I think it was more like we just kind of joked about the War Doctor and that. But yeah, he died. And
he said he passed away.
Yeah, right. And we gave him a geek out. So
yeah,
we talked about him earlier, but he passed. And then Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica fame.
Yeah, not the one from Survivor.
No,
not that Richard Hatch.
Which I think I would trade right now because he's a jerk, but that's okay. Right. Yeah, Richard Hatch, who was Apollo.
He was Apollo. He wasn't Starbuck.
The first Battlestar Galactica. In the reinvention, he came back as, I can't remember the character's name, but he was like one of those loyal opposition guys in the fleet where he ended up being, in charge of some stuff. So, and he was good and supposedly one of the really, really nice guys out there at cons and all that stuff.
Yeah, everyone said good things about him. So that's a tragedy. Martha just pointed out Al Jarreau died too.
Yeah, he died today, didn't he? Or this morning. So
something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't have much to do with geek stuff, but yeah, Al Jarreau, famous jazz musician.
No, but I bet he watched Star Trek, unlike a Lil.
Sorry, not my thing. I mean, I've seen it. It's just I don't care to follow it.
You're a little young because like when Rob and I were young, that was our sci-fi choice on Channel 32.
I have a ton.
We used to crank the side of the TV and then do. Oh, it's on.
You'd be the tinfoil. You'd be doing all that. Yeah.
Right. I used to leave the room when the original series came on. Like I like The Next Generation with Picard. I watched some of those, but that's
such a hater.
No, I just
didn't watch the animated series. The animated series was awesome.
Oh, no, so good.
It was it was literally just they took the show and animated it and put it on.
They did, and they made it canon too.
Yeah.
So, Chris, who else? You said there's another big one.
No, I was saying that was it. That was the three. John Hurt, Richard Hatch, and Al Jarreau were the ones that came up that I saw. Was there somebody else that I missed?
I don't know. I don't have anybody down. How about this one? David Gordon Green, who I don't know, and Danny McBride are remaking Halloween, but they said it's not a remake.
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel to two. Mm-hmm. So they were like, all that other continuity is gone. It starts here from.
Well, it doesn't have to be all that other continuity is gone. I mean, we don't know what happened between.
Yeah, but I think that's what they're doing. Is they're reestablishing, because after that there were all these different studios making them. They're not really tied together other than Michael Myers shows up. I think they're reestablishing the mythology based on those first two films. Because after that, it really got far away from the original mythology. In
a sense, I mean, with Jamie being the daughter of Laurie Strode, I mean, the thing that bothered me was they didn't bring her back up in H2O. Like, because, Jamie Lee Curtis came back, for that as Laurie Strode and had a son. And it's like, well, you didn't mention your daughter that you abandoned. And,
right.
So I don't know, but I did like 4. I mean, I did like 4. I thought 4 was pretty good. It wasn't great. But if you look at the entire Halloween oeuvre, 4 wasn't that bad. And I don't want them to get rid of the Jamie storyline, because I did like her.
I did too. Actually. And maybe they're not. Maybe they're just building on a continuity that's concurrent to it.
Yeah, well, that's probably what I'm thinking, because you have a long time.
That point,
you have a long time between that one in 82 and the 80, I think 88 when 4 came out.
Yeah, 6 years.
So there's a lot of depth, Michael.
He had to be the good math. So he had to be doing something in between there, right?
He was using his fingers. That's why he got 6, because he got to discount the missing one.
That's right. What else didn't we hit on this one? Did you guys see the trailer for, it's a Netflix movie. It's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. It's not really geek, but did you watch the trailer?
No.
I've seen parts of it. It looks interesting, but maybe I don't get it. I don't know.
I'm going to highly recommend watching the trailer, like paying attention. First of all, the awkwardness is very funny in the beginning. But then by the end of the trailer, it's like a completely different movie. It's crazy. And I think it looks really good. So that was just a recommendation.
That's cool.
And then Dennis Villeneuve, however you say his name, is directing Dune. I'm a Dune fan, so I'm excited. Bring on those sandworms. Hopefully they can get it right. I like the original, but it is a crazy mess of a movie.
I don't remember watching it.
Yeah, don't. unless you really like Doom.
The first one's pretty good. It's the
yeah,
first
but you
one,
and I like it, but most people you talk to are like, "What the hell was going on in
But
that?"
it's true to the book, and the book is messed up. I mean,
oh, it's so great.
The book is great. It's a cumbersome read, but
it's
a really good book. And I thought they did a good job giving the limitations of special effects they had in what was that, 85, 86?
Yeah. Well, it's David Lynch made it, so it's this weird thing going on.
But it's a very Lynch De Laurentiis kind of, because he produced it, right? I mean,
right.
It's got that very European Nazi kind of look to it, but I thought it was great. I thought Kyle MacLachlan was great.
Oh, I did too. I loved it.
And then they had all the side guys that were Max von Sydow's in it.
There's nothing better than Baron Harkonnen in it.
No, he's great.
Foils and he's flying around. But this Denis Villeneuve, I can't say his name. He's the one directing the new Blade Runner movie, which looks amazing. So I'm happy to see another. Let's go back to that universe. Let's see another approach. Maybe we'll get into more of the story because that's a deep story. There's a lot going on. I hope they can pull that one off right.
Well, if they could go into the beyond the first book, because the first book, the sequels are really good.
Oh,
it's a lot. It gets really deep. And
Scott should have been on for this. He has not only the original, I think it's 5 books, but he's collected all the later ones that Frank Herbert's son was involved with.
Oh, wow.
He's read all of them. Like there's like 30 books or something ridiculous like that. And he's read through them.
Jeez.
So yeah, he'd know all about it.
It's a ridiculous universe. Off of that.
I only got one more. I mean, there's other stuff, but I've really only got one more. I have mixed feelings about Kevin Smith is going back to the well. He's going to make Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
We'll see if that happens. I mean, Mallrats failed.
Mallrats failed. Buckaroo Banzai has failed for him. The reason this one is probably likely going to happen. He owns it. So he'll produce it just like they did.
Is it just because he couldn't get Jason Lee they couldn't do Mallrats, or what happened?
No, he doesn't own it.
Oh, wow.
That's why they had to turn it into a TV series. And then, was it Jason Lee that bailed?
I didn't think he did.
I don't think Jason Lee bailed. I can't remember because I
don't know if anybody bailed on it. It was more just there wasn't an interest in it. Affleck was not in it.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to come back for it. Affleck was I mean,
well, Affleck's in the movie.
Oh man, but he's not one of the main characters that you follow.
If you could have got him to come back and say, "Why'd you say that name?" That would have been the greatest moment ever. But he owns these characters. He owns this property. I mean, he already made that cartoon, the groovy cartoon movie, which is terrible. I think he's going back to the well and he's like, hey, I own these. I can do this. But I don't know, man.
Well, he also had the Clerks cartoon series, and that was okay.
I know people act like that was great. That's not great. It's not great.
No. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, so I mean, I have a copy of Chasing Amy's script signed by him behind me. So
yeah, I mean the stuff that I really like, but I don't have a lot of faith in things like this. It's like Yoga Hosers. People that saw it said it is really awful to the point that I can't even bring myself to watch it. And I liked Tusk. I thought Tusk was weird and funky and interesting. I've heard Yoga Hosers is none of those things. It's just you want your life back after watching it.
Probably. Well, I mean, he did. Was it Red State? Red
State's
fantastic.
That's one of his best. I think. He was exploring other genres. He should have stuck to that for a couple of movies and tried that out because, man, that's a great film.
Well, he had great people and Michael Parks and
Michael Parks and John Goodman. Oh my!
Oh, John Goodman was great. No, what's the lady's name? I can't think of her name. The one that played the wife, and she was the boxer. No, the one that was in the boxer. She won. I thought she won an Oscar.
Yes.
She was unbelievable.
She was great in it.
Yeah, I mean, they get these great people, and then he can shine.
Yeah. Well, so do you guys think? I mean, let's say it's going to happen. Do you really want to go back to the well? Because even the name, I was just like, I think they're trying. The first one was really funny. It was like, okay, this is a fan film. I'm going to go back. I'm going to just give the fans they want lots of Jay and Silent Bob jokes.
Right
here, it's like, ooh, we're going to slice and dice Hollywood with all their reboots. Yeah, but you're making a reboot. The irony is kind of not working for me already. I'm a little nervous about it. I don't mean to be a hater on it. I hope it's good. I don't know.
I think it's too far removed. I
wish it wasn't called reboot. I think that's what I'm rippling at. It's the description and the name where I'm like, it just seems too easy. I would rather see Jay and Silent Bob meet the Wolfman. Now I'm in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something crazy and interesting. This seems like we're going back to the well. and we're going to tell the same joke.
Well, but if you look at most of the stuff that Jay and Silent Bob are involved in, it's the same joke.
Right. But if they were battling Frankenstein, it would be a funnier joke. If
yeah,
they
but I mean, that's the thing. He's gonna get the rights to do something like that. He doesn't have those rights. Universal owns them. I mean,
okay, forget
that's
that.
The problem. I mean,
but take the premise of The Last Starfighter and make them have to fight in space and do it low budget, just like that. Do 8-bit graphics. I'd still go.
You would,
Starfighter.
You would, awesome. But the entire generation of new fans that they're trying
they're not going to watch this.
They're not going to watch that.
They're not going to watch this.
They might.
No, they're waiting for that Star Wars garbage, that parody.
No,
those are so awful.
Yeah, they are. But the first one wasn't bad because it was kind of a unique idea. Hey, we're going to take Scream and make it look stupid.
Right. The first one was pretty funny. After that,
they just drilled it to death. It's like, oh, we can make a few dollars and let's just
look at that. I think Lil just rage quit. So I'm going to end it as soon as he gets back. Do you got anything else you want to hit?
That's bad.
I am. It's after 9:30. We're done.
I know.
You got anything else?
No, not really. Just let me take a look here and see. I think we covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, Edward James Olmos is supposed to be in a Sons of Anarchy spinoff, which will be great. He's
great.
Supposed to be the guy that was the bad guy, but trying to turn it around, trying to make it legit, doing the Godfather kind of thing. But that should be pretty good.
Yeah, I met him at one of the Comic-Cons, and
Madison, right?
Yeah, and he's like he's a really nice guy, but he's not like a real like, hey, let's joke kind of guy.
Right.
He's kind of Captain Amidala when you meet him, but it's awesome. And he's just such a good actor,
Yeah, he is.
Oh, look, Alil's back. Alil, we're going to wrap it up. It's after 9:30.
All right.
So thanks for listening to the after show, everybody. We'll be back next week at 9:00-ish on Mondays. And want to give your social media, Alil?
You can follow me on Twitter at LOGEEKZ for the League of Geeks podcast.
And on our Facebook, on our YouTube channel, we have a link also to the League of Geeks YouTube channel. So you can click on that and follow and subscribe there. And then, Chris, where can they find you?
Absolutely. It can be found at theblueboxcafe.com or Blue Box Cafe or Blue Box Cafe 176 on social media. And I want to give a prop out to Alil. They did their 150th show.
Yeah, man.
Check it out on their channel. It was fantastic. So
yeah, it's on there. It's really good.
It's adult orientated. So
from minute one.
Yes.
Not safe for work. That's for sure.
No. And then you can follow this show at SMG_TWIG on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. Just look up This Week in Geek. Like I said, we do this live Monday nights, 9:00 Central. We record our regular show at 8:00. Like tonight, we did it here on YouTube Live also. So sometimes we'll do that. Sometimes we won't. See if you catch it. But the big thing is the 9:00 after show where we just kind of talk. That's what we're doing here every week. That's it. Thanks again for listening, everybody, and or watching in this case. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Enough said.
Yeah, geek out.
Enough said. Geek out.